Good morning, folks. This is Anthony with liveintheend.com. Hey, so this morning I want to talk to you about what your role is, who you are in the whole scheme of things. And I want to make this as short as possible so that nobody can be confused. So there is a source out there that is in and is everything. And that is you. You are that source. That's why in the morning, every time I get up, I always say, I am source and there is no other. That sets my day. And then I go and I say, I am living in my highest, best, and most abundant state. And because of that, everything in my reality works out perfectly for my benefit, no matter what the 3D circumstances are showing. Those two affirmations set my entire day. And so with those, there is the fact that you are source. Now, when you're looking out at the 3D world out there, you have to realize that everything that's happening out there is simply a reflection of your past and very present assumptions, beliefs of everything around you, of the world around you, of yourself, the people that are in your reality, everything. And so one of the easiest ways for people to understand who they are is to go to the film world, the movie world, and to understand. Neville Goddard did this, and one of the big reasons why he did that was because he himself was in vaudeville before he got into coaching and writing books and stuff about this stuff, and he actually talked about this. And it makes a whole lot of sense. And I'm going to tell you why it makes a lot of sense. In a way that most people don't do. So first of all, one of the things that we always tell you to do when you have an idea what you want to do is you want to come up with the perfect scene for your desire. So, and many people use scripting to do that. And in the movie world, you have to have a script in which to start. You've got to have some kind of idea of it, and then you take that idea and you turn it into a script. Okay? That's why they call them script writers. And so you are the writer, you are the script writer of your life, of your desire. All right? Then you have somebody who's got to produce that. There's got to be a producer that works in that. Okay, so what do I want to see my end scene be? How do I want that to be? Okay, and so you produce that end scene. So now you're the writer and the producer. Then there is a director. The director is the individual that directs all the individuals that are going on, and that director is your subconscious. Okay, and that director is the one that makes everything happen. They're the one that directs everything the way it's supposed to go. Okay, they're the ones figuring out the how. That's the director. All right, so you have a writer, a producer, and now you have a director. And that director, you as the writer and the producer, you just let that director do what he's going to do. Okay? It's not your job to figure out the how. You leave that to the director. And the director's the one who's doing that. Okay? Then you have the main character, the actor, the lead actor, and that lead actor is you. And you as a lead actor, you're playing all the parts. So you are going to play the part of the SP if there's an SP there. You're going to play the part of a third party if there's a third party there. You're going to play the part. You're going to play the part of everything. There's you, and then there's everything else. All right. And then from that comes your entire being. All right, your entire way of making this come about. Okay, so first of all, you're going to write your script, how you want your end story to be. Then second, you are going to, with writing that, you're writing that and producing it at the same time, because you're giving it the qualities and quantities that you want. Okay, what do I want in an SP? How do I want that relationship to go? What kind of house do I want? What's my car going to look like? All right, and then you have the director, and the director is the one that's figuring out the how. You give all of that to the director and you go, here you go. This is yours. Have at it. Have a blast. Okay? And then you, in your imagination, you are playing the role of everyone that's involved. Okay? So if there is an SP, and you start thinking that your SP is messing around with a third person, boom, here comes that third person. You created that within that whole scenario. And at the same time, you just wrote it in. All right? So this is where you got to be careful on how you're thinking. You need to be aware of what you're thinking. Okay? And so that awareness comes in to help you. All right, this is one of the biggest things that people have a real challenge in trying to figure out, what to do and how to do it. You will be prompted in such a way you won't, first of all, you won't even know that you're being prompted in such a way to take action. And those actions, it's not going to be one of those situations where you're going to be like, well, should I do this? The minute you ask that question, it's not coming from your higher self, because your higher self is going to lead you into those decision-making processes. Okay. For some reason, you'll be driving down the road and stuff like that. And you go, you know what? I want to take this way instead. You've just now been prompted. Okay, then you make that decision. Well, should I go that way or shouldn't I go? Yeah, I felt like I wanted to go that way, so let's go this way. And you make that left-hand turn. Okay, and what you did earlier in the day is you're like, I would really love to find $20. Okay, so you make that left turn instead, and then you go and you park at a different place in the parking lot that you normally would have parked at. You get out and you look down on the ground, and there's a $20 bill. All right, those are decisions that are where you're prompted. But if you're sitting there and you go, I wonder what my SP is doing. I wonder what my SP is doing. Maybe I should text them and just kind of see, or maybe I should go on Facebook and go take a look. Okay, that is not coming from your higher self. I'm going to tell you right now. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work out in your favor. I always tell all of my clients, don't ask questions that you may not want the answer to. Okay? And so that's one of the big things that you need to watch out for. That is not being written in the script. That is something that you decided. Now, you wrote it into the script at that moment. And then that's something that now is in that script, and it's not going away. You actually have to change the whole script, and you can't change the script. Once a movie is done, you can't go back and change it. Okay, you can in the movie scene, but once it's out on the big screen, and you're sitting there watching it and stuff, and it's playing and stuff, and then something happens in there, and you didn't like that, and you're sitting there watching it, you can't go back and change it. It's there forever. Okay, and it's the same thing happening in your reality, in your screen of life. Okay, these are film clips. These are all scripts that are written. These are little film clips that are written there, and then you can't go and change that right at that point. That's why I always say you can't change your SP. The only way that you can change your SP, and it looks like you're changing your SP, but that's not what's happening. What's happening is you have to move to a different theater to watch a different movie. That's what you need to do. And most of that movie is going to look exactly the same. Okay? For example, if you have an SP and all of a sudden a third party just moved in, you're not going to be able to get that third party away from the SP. That's not happening. Okay? That script is written. That script is there for eternity. It's not going away. What you need to do is you need to do what Neville always says, and you need to change self. You need to change the position that you're in. You need to go from one state to another state. And that one state to the other state, you're changing theaters. So you're going to watch a different movie. 99.999% of that movie is going to be the same. But in this version over here of that movie, there's no third party. You're not even thinking about that third party. Okay? So it's not, that third party doesn't even exist. Okay? That's what we mean by flipping the script. Okay? Don't try to change something. Don't try to change your SP. Don't try to change the fact that there was a third party there. Don't try to change that. Instead, move to a version of you, not the SP, but a version of you where there is no third party in that script. You get it? That's how this works. You're everything in this entire field, this matrix, the reality. It's all you. Okay? So you are the writer, the producer, the director, and all the actors that are involved. Everything. It's all you. You simply change where you're at, what state you're in, what movie theater you're sitting in, what if you want, what frequency, and that's don't get me started on that one, because that's a whole nother thing, and this is why so many people are messed up coming out of law of attraction. Okay? You're the one who's moving. You're the only one that can move. Okay? And that's why law of attraction falls apart, because if you're the one who's moving, you're moving from one state to another. You're not attracting anything. You're moving and shifting states. You're moving and shifting parallel realities. Okay? So in that, you're not attracting anything. It looks like it in this 3D world, because in the 3D world, we do have time and space. Okay? So for something to happen, there has to be a physical movement of it. And because we're limited in this 3D world of time and space, it looks like some things are being attracted to you, but that's not what's happening. You're shifting realities. And those shifts are generally so subtle that you don't even recognize that it's happening out there. Okay? That's what's happening. So folks, I hope you understood this. I didn't want to make it very long. I'm actually further in time than I wanted it to. But anyway, thanks for listening. And remember, you've got this.